What's good, y'all? It is Thursday night, and I am your mama's favorite best friend. Bobby G here with my boy Wildcard Mar on this Thursday night post game show presented by the Audible Sports Podcast. What's happening, Brody?
Your mama's favorite best friend?
Your mama's favorite best friend. You know, I'm,
Well, that,
I'm your best friend. I'm your mama's favorite. Like, she don't like your other best friend. She likes me. So,
I'm glad
you
you
know.
cleared that up. I was like, wait a minute. I'm
Yeah,
like,
you got them friends, and your mama be like, "Nah, watch out for that boy. Nah, your mama likes me.
no,
I'm the
I'm glad.
one that's invited for Thanksgiving."
Yeah, because I thought you was about to be on your Zach Wilson MILF hunting tip. I thought you was about to be on. I was like, whoa. I relax over there, man.
No, not tonight, man. Y'all know how we do. We bringing Fridays to Thursdays, but today is all football. We're not gonna get into our usual thing. It's just the barbershop today, not the cookout and the barbershop. But today, we had an interesting game, a little slow starting, but at least it was competitive. I'll give it that. Them Cowboys and Giants, they picked up their rivalry, and of course, to celebrate the occasion, we had to reach out to our favorite Cowboy fan from the Let's Talk Sports community, and that is Mr. Alan Perales. What happening, Brody? How
Acknowledge your
about
tribal
them
chief.
Cowboys? There you go.
Acknowledge your tribal chief.
Your Cowboys pick up the W tonight. You're a very happy man. But it wasn't the prettiest. Is it bad Cowboys, or are the Giants actually a better football team than we think?
I think the Giants are better than we think. I mean, you look at defensively, they didn't do too bad. I know you're going against two rookies on the offensive line, but you know Thibodeau's able to get some pass rushes. Brian Burns was quiet for most of the night, but he got a couple good plays in. Um, kind of shut down CD for a little bit in that second half. He had a big first half though, so um, really the one guy that had the big game, Ferguson had a big game.
Hmm.
We didn't really run the ball that much tonight, so I guess you could say that they stopped the run pretty well. But then again, so did we. So, which is a miracle. Like, how the hell are we stopping the run tonight? Like, how the hell did that happen?
I don't know, but for a while there, CeeDee Lamb was the Cowboys' leading rusher, and that was pretty telling. And I mean, speaking of CD, like what happened to him? He had like an amazing first half. He did like 5 catches for like 80 something yards. I think he only had like two for a few in the second half. That was I thought he was about to go for $150, but they definitely slowed him down. How troubling is it to you? How troubling is the Cowboys' lack of a running game to you going forward?
It's definitely concerning. I mean, you saw glimpses of what it could potentially be if given enough time for let them run. Especially Zeke tonight. Zeke only had 4 carries, but every carry he had was 5+ yards.
Yeah.
So that tells you that if he's in better conditioning and he's able to get more, pardon me, if he's able to get more touches, that maybe opens up the running game a little bit more. I would like to see Hunter Lipke, the fullback, get some
Hmm.
more touches because I think he's another X factor that we may not necessarily thought we have, but now we do. Um, had the big catch last week. Uh, the big 20-yard catch last week. He had a couple big
Mm-hmm.
plays tonight. I think he could be a big X factor in that running game as well. And them using CD in the backfield, like you mentioned earlier, he's been
All right.
used a lot in the backfield. So they're trying to figure it out. Again, it does worry me a little bit, but other than that, I'm not really too concerned about the offense. I think tonight, especially in the second half, it was more so the Giants just controlled time of possession in that second half. And
Mm-hmm.
you just didn't see Dak and the Cowboys on there as much as you'd like. And then penalties. Penalties killed us tonight. I
Big
mean,
fact.
if people were worried about the production of yellow cloth tonight, you're rest assured you're well in hands after tonight because there were so many flags thrown.
Like yeah, I mean, if you were to just eyeball the stats, you would almost think the Cowboys lost the game. You're under 300 yards offense, under 100 yards rushing, only 213 passing, 3 for 10 on third downs. That a lot of teams are struggling on third downs this year. Of course, you just mentioned the time possession dominant. They only minus 11 minutes in time of possession, and of course the penalties. This kind of performance against any other team results in an L. You mentioned, we were talking before we got going, you picked Washington to win the division. Listen to stats and looking at how the Cowboys have performed thus far, is it a stretch to say the Cowboys might actually finish like third or last in the division this season?
I think second at best, because there's some concerns with Philadelphia I have too, especially with their health, because it's looking like you're not going to have A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith this week. So basically, if you're Jalen Hurts, who do you go to? Saquon Barkley and hope for a miracle, basically. And I don't trust that secondary because, even though they shut down New Orleans last week, you get a good receiving core against those guys. That secondary Swiss cheese. I think Tampa could have a big day. Tampa could have a big day this week.
Big facts, and as it stands, this victory puts the Cowboys at 2-2.
Mm-hmm.
Take the fandom out of it. We kind of been doing this every week with a lot of teams. Tonight's your night. You pulled out this victory, 2-2. Next 6 at Pittsburgh, home with Detroit, at San Francisco, at Atlanta, home for the Eagles, home for the Texans. What does the next month and a half look like for the Cowboys? How important is it to come out either a game above or a game below 500?
It's definitely important to come up a game above, because if you're a game or more below, that's hard, because you've got a lot of division. The good thing for Dallas, though, is you've got a lot of division games at the end of the year. For those who don't know, Dak Prescott owns the NFC East. He's 32-8 lifetime against the NFC. 13-2 against the Giants. 13-2 against the Giants. 33-8, 13-2 against the Giants, by the way. Yeah. But yeah, you're just hope and pray that you can get at least close to 500. I do think with 10 days rest, I think they can go into Pittsburgh and win. I know TJ Watt is an exceptional player, and that defense is amazing.
But some buildings, man. I have a thing.
Here's the thing. It depends on who they have at quarterback. Because if they switch back to Russell Wilson, I like Dallas's chances. If it's Justin Fields, I think they beat us.
I'm going to let you in on a secret, Alan. It doesn't matter. I could go play quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh. I have a thing. I've expressed this to Mar, and he's a believer now. There are certain buildings in the NFL you just don't want to go into. Pittsburgh is one of those buildings. Obviously, Lambeau Field is one of those buildings. I'm starting to believe that dome up in Minnesota is one of those buildings. So, realistic outlook at that next 6. I'll say it again. At Steelers, home for Detroit. At San Francisco. At Atlanta, home for the Eagles. Home for the Houston Texans in a battle for Texas. Realistic outlook for your Cowboys in those 6 games. What's the record?
2-4 right now, it looks like.
Ooh. Which would put you at 4-6 after all of that is over. And then, like you said, you get some
everything
breathers.
Works out in our favor, 3-3. And that's only if the 49ers continue to get injury ridden.
Okay, that's fair. That is fair. Mark, what questions you got lined up for the man?
I mean, some tough game to watch. No, I think Allen pretty much hit all the points necessary to be realistic about the Cowboys right now. If they play like this, I mean, he's being generous at 2-4. Because that's a tough
gauntlet.
That's a tough 6-game stretch. I know some of those teams, like Pittsburgh right now is 3-0. I know Atlanta's 1-2, but they're a tough out. Detroit's a tough out. They're 2-1. We'll see what happens with them against Seattle. 49ers, I don't know how they crapped their bed and gave that game away to I mean, you talking about their injury riddle. The Rams look even worse injury riddled, and they gave that game away. You definitely can't sleep on the Eagles, and you damn sure can't sleep on the Texans. That's you talking about the toughest part of your schedule is sitting right there. Um, Honestly, they got it for me. I'm worried because I think they got to go
Yeah,
4-2 out of that stretch. Because after that stretch, I mean, you could probably
yeah,
even take it a little further. I mean, Washington is right after that 6-game stretch, and when we
yeah.
see how Washington is playing tough right now, they could start. They're 2-1. They could start putting some things together depending on how their schedule looks out. You get a break with the Giants again right there,
Hmm.
and the way that the Bengals are playing, you might get another break right there.
Right, and
Um,
then Carolina after that.
yeah. So but after that, you got Buccaneers, Eagles, and Commanders again, which are those three teams. The way they're looking right now, they might be vying for playoff spots. So those won't be cupcakes. So um, you got to get through that 6 game, in my opinion, 4-2. Because the fact that you can't run the ball, this is what scares me about this situation right now. Not being able to run the ball efficiently, that
Hmm.
means you have to put the game on Dak's hands, and he's going to
Right.
take. He's about to go up against some tough defenses uh, in that stretch, and we've seen good Dak, but we've also seen questionable Dak going against elite defenses. So um, you
So
want to
far,
get
it's
it.
been all good. So far, it's been all good. Like none of the two losses are on him. Like
Well,
it's
yeah, but at the same time, Alan, and I don't know how much you agree with me on this. He's been, they haven't asked him to really do too much. He hasn't been
True.
like besides the deep ball to CD tonight, he was pretty much game manager. I mean that's not a bad thing, of course, but I'm saying if you can't run the ball and Dak has to throw it 40, 50 times in the game, that's not a recipe for success for the Cowboys. So that's what kind of worries
Yeah,
me about this stretch. That's a tough stretch. So
I'm gonna go ahead and call it right now. I'm gonna say they have to come out of that stretch at least 3-3.
mm.
Anything other than 3-3, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Cowboy Nation, get at me. They missed the playoffs if they finish under 3-3 in a 6 game stretch. It's
Woo!
not because you're risking putting yourself in the middle of a pack of an NFC that's gotten tougher.
Mm.
Let's just face it. Nobody expected what we're seeing out of the Vikings. Uh,
True, true,
Seattle's Seattle is one of my sleeper teams. The Cardinals are playing people tough. Who knows? How they play out in the
true.
middle of the season. You never know what to expect from the Eagles. But if the Cowboys are playing down to that level, like they, by the way the Cowboys are playing, they're making the Eagles better. Like obviously the Lions are the Lions in Green Bay. When Jordan Love comes back, it's still a potential playoff team, and of course Niners health. Um, so yeah, you don't want to be in the middle of the pack at the end of the season having to scrap for wins. Yeah, I don't like that situation. To me, they have to come out of the next 6 games kind of a step ahead of the middle of the pack. You know what I mean?
Hey, to back up your point, Bobby. So there's three teams in the North that are going to be fighting for playoff spots, and
Okay.
no, Chicago is not one of them. So you there's three teams in the South, believe it or not, that will be fighting
Yeah.
for spots. Um, there's probably if Arizona is trending the way that they are right now, how scrappy they are, there's three teams in the West that'll probably be fighting for a playoff spot, and uh, there's three teams in the East, not the Giants. Do your math. So 12 out of, there's 12 out of 16 teams that will be fighting for a playoff spot, and you can't get through this 6 game gauntlet. Mm,
Yeah.
man, yeah, this is not your NFC of the last 4 or 5 years where you can probably it's so top heavy with one or two teams. This is like literally right now, as of right now, there's Minnesota and a whole bunch of teams that are in the meter of okay to good, sitting right there. So I mean, it's that's tough for the Cowboys on this situation right
Yeah.
here.
That, in
I
my
will
opinion,
say this. I
here's
will say this.
go
I
ahead.
think I think potentially the division winner in the East could be under 500 this year.
Ooh, kind of looking that
With
way.
how tough every game is for every team, it's going to be rough. I think Washington actually has the easiest schedule of the 4 teams. Because, of course, they finished last place, so they're going to have the easier schedule. But like you said, Tampa's tough. New Orleans is tough. Atlanta's going to be tough. The AFC North is going to be tough. Eagles have to play Kansas. Eagles have to play Kansas City.
Yeah,
tough.
I'm
We got to play Houston on a Monday night.
Yeah. Out of that 6-game stretch, here's the one game they can't lose. At Atlanta. That's the key game in that 6-game stretch, I believe, because potentially I'm looking at San Francisco to win their division. I'm looking at the Lions to win their division. Atlanta, I think, could be fighting for a wild card, and you want that tiebreaker.
Yeah.
You already don't have the tiebreaker against the Saints. You can't not have the tiebreaker against 2 teams from the same division. Because one team's going to win the division, one will be going for the wild card. So if there's a game to win in that 6-game series, you got to beat Atlanta.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I agree with Atlanta, but I also think the one you have to win is next week. I think you have to win on the road in Pittsburgh.
But then that doesn't matter. That's non-conference.
Here's the thing, though, because if you don't, I feel like it's going to be a measuring stick for the Cowboys next Sunday.
That's fair.
Because if you don't win in Pittsburgh, then people again are going to be like, so what's this Cowboy team really? You can't run the ball. You can't stop the run. I mean, you stopped the run tonight, which is the main reason probably why they won. Difference in 5 field goals and 5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
But I feel like if they don't even if they lose, if they don't put on a good showing against Pittsburgh Sunday night, yeah, you're going to have to be concerned for the Cowboys going forward.
Yeah, no, you can't go in there and let Pittsburgh's defense run wild, because then all the rest of the teams are going to use that blueprint against you for the rest of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they're gonna attack those rookies on that line, especially with TJ. Yeah.
Oh yeah. TJ's coming, and
thank God we got 10 days to prepare.
That is true.
You're gonna need every 10 days to prepare for it. Every last one of them.
Yep.
And there's also question about Micah's health now, because he left the game hurt. So.
Yeah.
On a cart too. Yep.
Yeah, and he also might have a concussion as well. So.
Same with Neighbors for the Giants.
Yeah, left the game with a concussion.
Got concussed. He left the game with a concussion. So.
Yeah, you saw the media from that too.
I'll tell you what though. I may be a Cowboys fan, but Malik Neighbors is going to be a dog in the league.
Oh, he's going to be a problem.
I'm not certain.
Oh,
I'm not 100%. No,
Bobby, not certain. You see who his quarterback is, right? And I
do.
Like
here's
quarterback is, right? He's making plays.
Here's my problem, and he just what he just did to my Browns, but he did it to MJ Emerson, and MJ Emerson's taking a lot of heat, and I don't like it because the Browns fans. I hate y'all with a passion, because you can't have it both ways. You can't say Malik Neighbors is elite and Emerson is not elite. Like, elite receivers, elite DBs all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing with Malik is when we put Denzel Ward on him, it was Clamp City. Yeah, it was Clamp City. He can catch a pass on Denzel.
I was gonna say same thing tonight when he got.
Yeah, you look at Trayvon clamped him up. So it's like I'm not 100%. Like, he looks good against lesser.
That's fair.
What you suppose?
He kind of struggled with the linebacker tonight. Overshawn took care of him.
Yeah, but Overshawn, I think, is different. He's a different linebacker, man. Because I know
he used to play safety a lot in Texas. So
And remember, he didn't get too much playing time with you guys because of injury last year, and I think he makes a huge difference when he's on this field because he gives you the size of a linebacker, but he has the agility of a safety. So he's
he is
able to
phenomenal closing speed. Phenomenal closing speed.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so I know you got an early morning. You're welcome to hang around with us if you want to, but if you got to go, hey, we understand. Life happens.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, I see him counting hours in the head.
Yeah, I probably should. I probably should because I don't want to be tired in the morning.
No doubt, man. You know how these things work. We got plenty of platforms, and you're welcome to come to all of them. And I'm pretty sure that you would be on one down the line as we continue to trash the Cowboys.
Of course. I just gotta say one thing before I leave.
Go for it.
How about them Cowboys?
I knew it was coming.
Hey, get it in tonight. Celebrate tonight. Be happy. Hey, but before you get out here, let the people know what you got coming up.
So you can find me on Twitter at April is 30. No wrestling show tomorrow. Sam's got some personal stuff he's doing tomorrow, so we won't be doing that. We'll be doing a double dose of SmackDown and Raw on Tuesday, so definitely check that out. We got the Fantasy Gambler show, which is our fantasy football show on the LTS network. We're doing college football on Saturday, NFL on Sunday, and then Sunday night postgame show, which will be, I believe, Bills Ravens this week. So definitely check that out.
Absolutely,
also, baseball show on Wednesday. We'll be ranking the top 12 playoff teams in order, and then giving out our season awards on Wednesday. So definitely check that out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, shout out to the New York Yankees, clinch their division, defeating the Orioles today. But they still have not wrapped up the number one seed. That's going to come down to these final 3 games of the season. Outside chance that my Guardians could get the number one seed, but I kind of like where we at right now. I like being in the 2 spot. But yeah, shout out to those guys for doing that. Texans Rangers will not repeat. Sorry.
I got a ring though.
But we appreciate you, Alan. You're our number one Cowboy fan. Thanks for coming through, and we would definitely look forward to having you on as the season progresses, sir.
Thank you. Always a pleasure, gentlemen. Awesome show you guys are doing. So keep up the good work.
Appreciate you, bro.
All right. Have a good night, fellas.
Good people's right there. Alan's good people.
Absolutely.
You know what I think about Alan? He always keeps it fair about his own team.
Yeah.
There's no favoritism.
He's not one of the obnoxious Cowboys fans.
Exactly. He keeps it honest. He keeps it honest. So gotta appreciate that.
Yeah. He didn't come in and say we beat the Giants, we going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I think we all know a lot of Cowboys fans that would have done that, but he didn't do that. So,
absolutely. Before we continue on, everybody, please do me a favor. Follow the directions on your screen. Go ahead, hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. Turn your notifications on so you know the next time that we are here and we are talking NFL, which is every Thursday, directly after Thursday night football. And also, you can check us out on Friday nights on the Audible Sports Podcast, where sports meets life and culture. That's Fridays, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. With that being said, yeah, I mean, like I said, it wasn't the prettiest game, but tonight's game was definitely a hell of a lot better than most of the games that we got last season.
That's fair.
So I'm not that mad.
No, that is totally fair. It definitely got some moments in there where you're like, oh man, the Giants are hanging around. They, Cowboys didn't close the door on them, so that creates a little bit of drama. So it wasn't totally a snooze fest, but at certain points in the game, I'm like, man, these offenses ain't really doing too much. So
right,
I'm gonna say this about the Giants, man. Y'all invested all that money on your front four, and you got 1 sack against 2 rookie offensive linemen. You got to do better than that. You gotta find a way to get some pressure on Dak. I think he went 22 or 27, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
About 220 yards, 221, something like that, 2 TDs, no interceptions, which is always good. And but on the offensive side for the Giants, man, I don't know what. This is why you don't be cheap on paying your players. You keep Saquon
Right.
Barkley for nights like this.
Yeah, if Saquon's on this team, they'd have a real shot.
They probably could have won this game. If Saquon's on
yeah.
that, they probably could have won that game. But you lack you lack a lot of talent wise on that offensive side. You know, Malik Neighbors, he gets his numbers. Other than that, who was really doing damage? Nobody was really doing damage.
Tonight, Slayton stepped up. He made some plays.
He made a couple, but he couldn't come up with the catches when it mattered. Wendell Robinson, he couldn't come up with. Here's what's confusing me. They drafted a wide receiver in Jalen Hyatt last year. Where's he at?
Right. Yeah, he's supposed to be a deep threat.
Where's he at?
Is he dinged up?
I
believe so. I believe he got dinged because he didn't do anything against us last week. I don't even know if he played.
I don't even know if he suited up.
Yeah, but that was a miss. That was a miss.
Yeah, he's on the trade block. He got to be.
Yeah.
Not using
different Cowboys. Let's turn around. Same thing for the Giants. Next 6, we got obviously took the L tonight. It go to Seattle next. You got the Bengals at home, Eagles at home. They also go to Pittsburgh. You got the Commanders at home, and then they go to Carolina, who look completely different with Andy Dalton under center. So we really don't know what the Panthers will look like coming up. But that stretch, not as tough as the Cowboys stretch.
Nope.
But for the Giants, who are struggling to generate offense, except for when they play the Browns. Yeah, that's it. Well, I'm just chalk it up. You're going to Seattle to lose.
Oh yeah, that's a lot.
You're going to Seattle to lose that game.
Yeah,
now the Bengals struggle, and that's looking like primetime game.
Well, actually, lucky for the Bengals, as trash as they play in September, they start playing in October, so that might be a different Bengals team, hopefully.
Big facts. Then yeah, the Eagles. I mean, division game, anything can happen, but then to Pittsburgh, another primetime slot. Or not, sorry, that's primetime slot.
How are they getting all these primetime games and they are not a good team?
The Giants stay on primetime, bro.
I know it's primetime. I know it's a big market, all right? I know New York's a big market.
They stay on there.
You ain't got to put them on the TV screen.
They win the 3 games and they be on, man. We had a Monday night game a couple years, our first Monday night game in a while. It was against the Giants, and the Giants were terrible that year. Like,
my goodness.
But if they wish to remain competitive in this NFC, out of that 6 games, and I'm chalking up the Seattle game. I'm gonna go ahead and chalk up the Pittsburgh game. The rest could be winnable. You gotta. The Commanders beat you without scoring a touchdown. You gotta avenge that. Something got to be done about that. You cannot do that again.
Big time.
So I'm gonna say this, out of their 6 game, I'm gonna say their must win is probably the Eagles, because the way this division is flowing, and I agree 100% with what Alan said. Like, the winner of this division could very well be under 500.
Mm-hmm.
So you keep yourself alive. You already dropped one to you're 0-2 in the division now.
Mm-hmm. So you're behind the 8 ball.
Right, you can't go 0-3 in the division. So I'm gonna say that Eagles is the key game of their 6 game stretch. Come on, Giants.
They still got to go. I think they need a miracle in that 6 game stretch. For real, they got to go at least 4-2.
Oh yeah, their season could very well be over.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with them right now. If they can't go at least 4-2, which is a miracle in my opinion. Get ready. Start getting your draft plans ready, man. For real.
Going fishing.
Oh yeah, oh, yeah. Season's done. Go ahead, start
Yeah.
getting your draft ready. See who you want. Watch a lot of college football and start scouting.
Don't worry, Chuck, EJ, Shaq, and Kenny. We know this is the final season of Inside the NBA coming up. We will carry on the fine tradition of going fishing for you. Once that's said and done, we'll pick that up. Remind me to trademark that later on.
For sure. Imagine going fishing and you still got half a season left.
All right. All right, let's get to the gusto. What these people really came for. Um, let me get my. There we go. All right, and that is we start off with our weekly top tens presented Thursday night post game show presented by Audible Sports Podcast.
Yes, sir.
Similar but different. Similar but different. Yeah, you flip flop a chair. I'm not mad at the Vikings at number one. I'm not mad.
Hey, they're playing elite football right now, man.
They are. They're playing. They, bro. Houston messed around and found out, didn't they?
Hey, and they made C.J. Stroud look like, yeah, man, yeah, you might be, but not against this defense, man. It ain't happening tonight.
Oh man. I just couldn't knock down the Chiefs. Like until otherwise noted. Like they got to remain there.
I feel you. Just the offense, man. I'm not shy to say it, even though I'm a Chiefs fan. Patrick Mahomes is not playing Patrick Mahomes like football right now.
And Pacheco not being there that's huge.
Yeah,
just talking about the running game with the Cowboys and Giants. So yeah.
Hopefully that changes with Kareem Hunt back in the fold this week. So we'll see what happens.
Hey, Big Ray. I know a lot of Clevelanders miss him, but we wish the guy well.
Hey, I'm glad he's back home. I've been reading some of the reports. They say he still got some juice, man. So,
well, I mean, he's a short yardage dog. So
yeah,
you need a quick three, yeah, or you get inside the red zone. Oh yeah, he still handles business.
Yeah.
The Steelers. I kept telling people before the season started, the Steelers are going to be a problem, and everybody laughed at me. Everybody laughed at me. I said it's okay. It's okay. Just watch. And Saints out of nowhere. But it feels just like a bunch of out of nowhere teams. Mm-hmm. Like I would not have expected probably half of the teams in either of our top tens to be there at this, like the Commanders. What is going on?
Hey,
what's in the water in Chocolate City?
Honestly, just the way that Jaden Daniels has just been playing. Obviously, he had a phenomenal game against Cincinnati on primetime stage on Monday night, but he's been taking care of the football. He hasn't, looking like a rookie. Week one, he did just enough to, be competitive. Week two did just enough to get the win over the Giants, and he had it coming out week three. And he showed out. Man, he showed great poise. The stage in the moment wasn't too big for him, and he did his thing. So that's the only reason why I got Commanders there. I'm kind of scared, a little skeptical on their defense still. They got to shore up with that, especially on the back end. I'm actually surprised I actually even put them over the Texans, but yeah, man, I had to sneak them in there. But I tried not to be a prisoner of the moment because at some point in time, I guess some of these coordinators are going to start getting more film on them. try to find his weaknesses. Um, and then, but him and Terry McLaurin got a good rapport right now going. So
They do.
Yeah. I was debating whether to put the Lions at 10. So I kind of went back and forth between them and the Buccaneers. But I just went ahead and put Buccaneers in there just because they got the head-to-head already. Saints, I had to drop them because when you get a defensive coordinator like Vic Fangio comes up with a game plan to neutralize that high-power offense and pretty much neutralize him, cats are going to start copycatting that blueprint, and that's what leads me to believe that the Saints, they might start slipping. They might not. We'll see how they play against the Falcons, who are desperately going to be wanting to get a dub. So we'll see how that goes. Eagles, Jalen Hurts, he's making enough plays. Still has to cut back on the turnovers. But Saquon's been a godsend for them. He's been absolutely kind of, if you ask me, kind of been carrying that team. And then you also got to throw in the injuries with A.J. Brown and then Devontae Smith. So we'll see how they look. But yeah, I definitely, I tried to, fight putting the Bills up so high. And I finally was like, you know what? Just got to be fair. The Bills,
they're balling. They're balling.
Josh Allen loses all his top two receivers and is not making a difference right now. He's not.
I mean, and he threw a shot. He threw a shot. Threw a shot at Stephon.
Oh, he definitely did.
So you got guys that don't care about stats. They just care about playing ball. It's a beautiful thing.
Hey, he better not try to sit there and act like he ain't threw a shot at Stephon, because that was definitely a dig.
I see what you did there. Shout out to Ron. What's happening, Brody?
What's going on, Ron?
But for me, like I couldn't put the Commanders in my side.
That's fair.
The Eagles' victories to me were more solid. They get a victory over the Saints, who were on fire, especially the way that they did it. Like you say, holding down that offense, and of course they opened the season with the dub over the Packers. I hold the Packers in high regard, and they did it with Jordan Love healthy.
True that.
So obviously your only loss is to the Falcons, who are looking much improved, playing everybody tough, and just the fact that you went the first 2 weeks without scoring a touchdown. You took you 3 weeks of the season to score some touchdowns. So I got to see more from the Commanders before I give them the blue check mark.
Hey, valid points. It definitely is. There's nothing wrong with putting emphasis in the quality of people that you beat. So I get it.
And like the same thing, like I got the Buccaneers over the Lions, same thing. They got their head-to-head, so I can't, unless they go. Obviously the Lions take off and the Buccaneers just fall off, then that's different. But if you remain close, hey, head-to-head gets the edge. The Saints I had, or where did I have this? I think I had them second or third last week. So I couldn't drop them too far. And again, it was a quality loss. You lost to another team that I have in the top 10. You have them there as well. So like, I'm not gonna murder you for that. Not like they lost to the Panthers.
Hey, the Bengals are in. Oh,
it's not like they lost to the Panthers.
That's great. When I saw that score, I said, "Y'all let them score 30." What?
That Andy Dalton put work in. Like Andy Dalton was looking like your boy from any given Sunday. I could just see Andy Dalton playing with the "Use Me Up" playing in the background. roasting y'all up and down the field. Like,
Raiders should be ashamed of themselves, man.
I'm saying, and I'm mad because why did it have to happen literally the week before they play us? So they're gonna be wide awake as we come to town, and I'm debating if I want to be in the building. I'm debating because if it goes south, I do not want to be in a building full of Raiders fans. Like, there's no way out for me.
Unbearable, bro.
Yeah, I got to take all my guns to the game. I got to take all my guns to the game.
Back up off me.
Yeah. That should be pretty interesting, man. Hey, Dog Pound will be well represented. There's a Browns backers club here in Vegas, so hey, don't get it twisted, Raider fans. It can go that way. But nah, we peaceful. We just athletics, bring folks together. We're bringing people together. It's just football. It's just sports. Friendly competition. Seahawks continue to be my, hey, they continue to make me look good. I like that. Mm-hmm. They got a tough one this week, though.
Sure do.
Yeah. Same with the Steelers, who made me look good. I just made myself look bad. We cover that when we go over the picks. Yeah, I'm saying with you, like Buffalo, you just got to give them the credit, man. They're I had a difficult time not putting them number one. That was probably my big debate. I had the Vikings locked in solid at 3, and I really, really had a difficult time not putting the Bills at 1. They're playing that good. Both sides of the ball, too.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know where Von Miller at Fountain of Youth at, but he's been getting after the quarterback.
Yeah. And it's Keon Coleman. I don't know what to make. I don't know if he's going to be a superstar or if he's just going to turn red. But, hey, he's playing. He's not a burner. And that's I love receivers who aren't burners.
He what he reminds me of? He reminds me a lot of Mike Evans. Just a big body, big target, and always gets open. That's what he reminds me of.
Yeah. So, yeah, shout out to them. But that's the top 10s for the week. Hit us up in the chat. Let us know what we did right, what we did wrong, which is probably nothing. So, moving on. But before we move into our weekly picks, which we know y'all are here for that, don't blame us for your gambling losses again. And if you have a problem, please reach out to somebody and get some help.
Sure.
But before you get that help, go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe if you do, turn your notifications on, so you know the next time that we are here talking that football. Thank you, Ron. That means we did a good job. That list trash. That means it's perfect. Coming from you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's
love
a term of endearment from Ron.
I'm saying. Oh. Where we at? Let me get this graphic ready. Yes, sir. Last week. Last week. You see, yeah, I didn't believe in the Steelers. To be fair, they could have lost that game. Herbert didn't get hurt.
True.
To be fair, any difference. But yeah, y'all know how. Hey, Pittsburgh, one of them tough places to play. I've turned Mar into a believer.
Hey,
Pittsburgh at home is tough to go against.
Some places you better bring your A+ game.
Let's see there. A lot of teams let us down. Saints let us down. Browns oh my God, Browns, what were y'all doing? I hate y'all.
I can't believe y'all did that too.
The Raiders. Yeah, losing to the Panthers.
That too got me looking crazy.
Yeah. Buffalo did me proud though. Shout out to them. All in all, I went 7-9 on the week. Mar went 8-8. To eat back even, I had a 1-game lead coming into the week. Mar pulled back even on the season. We're both 25-23. But I think I'm gonna turn up the heat this week. I feel a good week coming on. yeah, I feel good about this week. So we get right to it. We are both 1-0 as it stands right now.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, shout out to the Cowboys for making that happen. Thank you. Um, so I'll let you kick it off, man. Saints Falcons.
Yeah, man. Saints Falcons, man. I kind of went back and forth on this one because I was like, man, I was conflicted because yeah, man, the Falcons need a dub. Because you don't want to start having that Michael Penix chant start going. You don't. But I went ahead and stuck with the Saints. I just think division games can always be close, but I'm gonna go ahead and stick with the Saints on this one. They played a real close game last week against the Eagles. Possibly could have won that, but offense got a little bit neutralized. But um, yeah, man, as great as as great as yeah, Ryan. Look, I still believe in the Falcons, but right now, I don't think they're getting enough pass rush with Judon and Brady Jarrett right now for my liking. So I'm gonna go with the Saints, and then of course, um, the Saints can get after it. They do their thing on defense, especially, and they definitely they're gonna put some pressure on Kirk. So
Good one
see,
against the Chiefs.
take the points.
They take the point every time. For me, yeah, I'd take the Falcons at home. Obviously, Saints coming in off a disappointing loss, and we go next six for the Falcons. I'm gonna go next four. To me, the Falcons have a real chance to actually take control of this thing. You look at their next four, including this game. You got the Saints at home, you got the Buccaneers at home, you got
Mm,
Carolina on the road, and then you come back home for Seattle. You want to catch Seattle at home like that. That's a great opportunity. I think they can go four, and if they can go 4-0 out of that, like they really can. And if they can pull out that 4-0, uh,
in the
they
driver's
set
seat.
themselves they set themselves up nice because if you then extend it to the next four after that, just imagine you go 4-0 out of that. Then you got the Buccaneers, Cowboys, Saints again, and the Broncos.
Mm,
So Atlanta can position themselves pretty well over the next month or two uh, in the playoff race. Just like we were saying, like how the Cowboys can slide below. Like that's what I mean. Like that schedule for the Falcons, they can position themselves really nice, not only within the division but just in the playoff picture in general. So it all starts with this Sunday. So I got them taking down the Saints, getting a quick edge,
I think
which will take us into Cincinnati and Carolina. Um, it's a must win.
oh
This
yes.
this is a must win for Cincinnati. You're
Oh
already
yeah.
0-3. You're in a 3 game hole to the Steelers. You don't want to be there. Obviously the Browns and Ravens gotten off slow. You at least want to keep pace with those teams. Because I
Hmm.
mean, yes, my Browns are 1-2. The only thing that gives me that take eases my concern is our two losses to NFC teams. We lost to the Cowboys and Giants. Our lone win was against Jacksonville, was the AFC opponent. So in the
Hmm.
grand scheme of things, we're still 1-0 in the conference. We haven't played a division game yet. So, but Cincinnati, you have conference losses, and
Mm,
you don't want to go 0-4 overall. You can then chalk it up.
mm,
So, uh, out of an act of desperation, I know it's a revenge game for the Red Rocket,
hmm.
which I'm not gonna lie, it does concern me. It is at home, but I'm I'm thinking that the Bengals see that sense of urgency and they come out of there with a dub.
No doubt. Hey, I agree with all your points. I definitely did think about that Andy Dalton revenge game. That did cross my mind. It definitely did. But yeah, must win is literally an understatement. This is they have to win. They
Yeah.
absolutely have to win. Um, Otherwise, you might as well go ahead and start T. Higgins. Go ahead and keep that trade request. You know,
Get up out
but
of there.
yeah, go ahead and put that trade request in because you see that they playing with the money anyway. They being funny, so just go ahead and put that trade request in. Jamar Chase, I would go ahead and say, yeah, man, my ankle messed up, man. I don't think I'm gonna be able to play. Go ahead and chill out. Start medically taking yourself out the situation. Yeah, Cincinnati, y'all have to win this game. And then I mean, the Panthers. Look, I know there's been a lot of talk about the whole Bryce Young situation. Andy goes in and he does his job against the Raiders, which is understandable. But if you're the Panthers, you want to show that, hey, man, we can compete. Maybe we
Yeah.
not the trash of the NFL, and it's surely the Giants, and it's not us. So um, but yeah, I think this one might be surprisingly close, and I also wouldn't be surprised if the Panthers did win this game. So I'm gonna put that caveat on
True.
there. I wouldn't be surprised. I
True.
would not be surprised. But come on,
Before
Cincinnati,
you
don't.
before you move on to the next one, though, I drafted Bryce Young in Madden, and I had to bench him. It was fucking trash.
Hey, bro, you wild for that, dog.
I benched him for Trey Lance.
Oh man, that's wild. Wow, even for Trey Lance, wow.
Dude, they got Bryce Young with like an 87 arm strength, bro.
Oh man,
And I got
that's
Xavier Worthy on the squad. He couldn't throw the deep ball. I had to put Trey Lance in to
can
throw
get
the
it
deep
out.
ball.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. I feel you, man. Who we got next up? Rams in Chicago. I wanted to go Chicago, but I am scared that uh, no, because I'm being honest, man. It's the lack of protection for Caleb Williams, and you
Mm,
know, it, I don't want to put all the blame on the lack of offense on Caleb Williams because if you see his numbers game by game, he's starting to understand some of the how the defenses are playing them. So he's getting some stats piled up in there,
yeah.
but that whole line is not protecting for him. DeAndre Swift, who is on my fantasy team, I've already debated if I should drop him because he is literally no, he's doing absolutely nothing. They
Mm,
can't get the running game going, so that puts more pressure on Caleb Williams to make more plays. You can tell he's missing Keenan Allen. You need that sure hands underneath.
right.
Um, and he is making some plays with Rome Odunze, but there's also the rookie factor of Rome where he's kind of making
Yeah.
some little bit of mistakes as well.
Hmm.
So that's what scares me with Chicago. The defense is better than what I thought it was, so they're doing enough to keep that team in games. If you really look at all three of their games, their defense is doing enough to keep them in these football games. But it's like you can't get the full gusto of having the offense and the defense on the same page in the game.
Right.
So, um, and as we saw, if the Rams can come back and beat a 49ers team with how much injuries they got, I'm gonna roll with the Rams on this one. So yeah, go ahead, go ahead, give me Stafford and them.
Absolutely. All great points. All fair points. I'm also going with the Rams. There's similar reasons, man. I'm just that defense is still defensive,
Mhm.
even without Aaron Donald. But I think the Wiz kid is going to cause more problems than anything. I think McVay's is just going to come up with a game plan, uh, perfect for the situation. Uh, Defensively, rookie quarterbacks haven't fared well against the Rams. Obviously, a huge part of that was because of Aaron Donald. We'll see if it still maintains without him.
Mhm.
But I think this is going to be like a game where uh, the Bears are going to have to put up points, and I don't think they'll be able to keep pace with the Rams. Not saying that they're going to put up like 40 or 50, but I don't know. I just see the Rams kind of forcing the tempo of the game. If that makes sense. Like, yeah. So give me the Rams on the road as well, which takes us to the Bears' rival, Minnesota, going into the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field. Now, you're seeing right, folks. I have an asterisk by this game, and in parentheses you will see the word love. Jordan Love's gonna be a game time decision in this one,
which is surprising.
Yeah. With that being said, if Jordan Love plays, I am taking Green Bay. If Jordan Love does not play, I am taking the Vikings. I think the Vikings can go up there and get it done. I don't like their chances with Malik against that defense. Yeah, that's just it. They would have to rely heavily on Jacobs, and Minnesota's played the run very well. So they're gonna need Jordan Love to pull this game out. Now, with that being said, if Jordan Love plays, I look for him to not necessarily come out and like try and win it or prove it. Like, oh, I've been missing time. I don't think that. I think LaFleur can come up with a nice kind of welcome back game plan, so he can take it easy, some nice easy passes, establish the run, control tempo and the pace of the game. I think it would just be a nice, close, winnable game at home. Of course, the goes to Lambeau Field. They'll take care of some things too. But yeah, Love plays. Green Bay wins. If he doesn't, Minnesota wins.
I hear you. You definitely hit a point that made my decision on this one. I think I'm having a hard time believing that Jordan Love is going to be ready for this game. So as much as I like Malik Willis, his first game that he started, he did well against the Colts, did enough to get the victory. Played phenomenal against the Titans, but I cannot put Malik Willis against Brian Flores in the way he is coaching up this defense. So I definitely make this pick with Malik Willis in mind, being the starter and going up against that defense that Minnesota is playing right now when Brian Flores is coaching out of his mind right now. Yeah, give me Minnesota on the road.
Fair.
Yeah. And then as we get to the next pick, Jacksonville versus Houston. Look, I thought it was a must-win game for the Jaguars against Monday, which reason why I went for that pick. Going 0-3, I thought they were going to be desperate and try to throw everything in the playbook at the Bills, and I don't know if they necessarily did that, but Jacksonville stinks right now. I'm just going to and just tell the truth. Jacksonville stinks, and then all of it starts with Trevor Lawrence. He stinks right now. He stinks. Therefore, the offense stinks. They're keeping the defense on the field for way too much, and Houston's pissed off. And C.J. Stroud swept them boys last year. Had no problem moving the football on Jacksonville last year, and I don't see him having any problems moving the football this week. Jacksonville goes to 0-4. Go ahead and line Doug Peterson up for an OC job next year, because the way that Trevor Lawrence is playing, he's about to get that man fired. I'm telling you. Jacksonville's going 0-4, and then you're going to hear more talks. Because unfortunately, you can't get rid of Trevor Lawrence. I just signed him to a big ass contract this year. He's going nowhere. So the next person to always leave is always the head coach. So give me Texans on this
one. I agree with you 100%. I got Houston winning the game. You and I talked about it last week, and we both said that not only was it a must win, but I went as far as to say if they lost that game, their season was over, and I'm gonna stand on that. The season's over. I don't see a win. You got Houston this week. That's gonna be tough. You got the Colts. You got the Bears. It's not gonna be easy going up to Chicago. You, Brett, your season is starting to be over, and I'll go ahead and put it out there. Uh, Peterson's gone. The only other question that remains is the GM going to be out with him? And if they are both gone, how comfortable uh, is the owner going to be with what Bill Belichick is going to ask for to be your coach next
Ooh.
season? Yeah, I'm gonna put it out there.
Oh no, you definitely got to ask.
I'm gonna put it out there. Um, if you're comfortable with him being the coach and GM, hey,
You
I
definitely
wouldn't be
call.
surprised if that moves was made. I think he
Mm.
can turn Trevor around. We know what Bill can do with lesser known talent. He never had the most talented teams. He just needs guys with discipline who listen.
Yep, that is true.
So if not that, this could it finally be an opportunity for a a ah man, I'm tripping. What's his name? Yeah, USC's coach, Riley.
Oh, Lincoln Riley. Oh,
Lincoln Riley, yeah.
mm,
Could it finally be an opportunity for him? Could
mm.
it finally be an opportunity for an Eric Bieniemy? Uh,
I, I love my boy EB, but I think that head coaching job in the NFL, that ship has sailed, man. And not to his
no.
fault, not to his
Yeah.
fault.
Oh yeah. Definitely not. But yeah. I'm already just who's the next? That's all I'm thinking about with Jacksonville because yeah, their season's done. So who's the
Yeah,
next coach?
yeah. The first thing Belichick is going to do is fire everybody in the video room. So, oh, damn, I'm gonna say that.
Uh, moving on. Pittsburgh going to Indy to take on the Colts. I got Pittsburgh. Um, although he's not a rookie, well, technically he still is a rookie. He ain't played 16 games yet. Rookie quarterbacks don't fare well against Mike Tomlin defenses. That's just what it is. It don't matter if you're at home or if you're going to Pittsburgh. Young quarterbacks don't fare well the first time they see a Mike Tomlin defense, and I don't look for Mr. Richardson to fare well. He's going to get his welcome to the NFL moment from TJ, just like the rest of them.
Mm.
And obviously, it'd be interesting seeing him and Justin Fields go to battle against. I mean, they're basically similar play style, so I think it'd be a fun game to watch. But yeah, I look for Pittsburgh's defense to control this game all the way, and Justin Fields just to make the right amount of plays for Pittsburgh to pull it off.
Yeah, I actually went back and forth on this. I my initial thought was to roll with Pittsburgh for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but any place, for some reason, they play something so different at home, uh,
Yeah,
and they get in that dome. They close the roof. They start getting loud, and people got to start paying attention to that defense. I think their defense for the Colts is a lot better than what most people would think, and they're going to find a way to test that Pittsburgh O line. Uh, Definitely that for sure. Because if you look at some of these games with the Colts, man, that front four has been doing their thing and
fair.
you know, causing havoc. I just think that this might be a slip up game for that O line of Pittsburgh, uh, and Justin Fields is going to have to pretty much move a lot. But it, it does scare me about having T.J. Watt on that other side, and then Anthony Richardson. No, I mean I think it's a fair concern to have about Anthony Richardson. Like you said, the guy hasn't been able to stay healthy. Um, you know, been taking some hits, man.
Mm,
But I think you talk about the magic of Lambeau and the magic of Pittsburgh at home. And it's starting to be a little magic in that dome down there in Indianapolis, Indiana. So that's the reason why I rode with the Colts on this one.
fair.
Um, yeah, man. As we get to the next pick, Denver uh, going against the Jets down in New Jersey. I look, man. Denver. Hey, good win for you. You were able to make Baker Mayfield look like the Baker Mayfield of old in Tampa. You got the win. You pretty much mucked that game up for the Broncos. Um, only thing is, I don't think you're able to recreate it again. Is that's I think that's asking a lot for uh, the Broncos to think that they're going to go on a 2-game winning streak. I look, Sean Payton, what he said last year about the Jets made him pay for it. And they still try to do it again, and they still are bitter about him shit talking. And I got a feeling this might be the best offensive game plan that Nathaniel Hackett he's gonna pull out all the stops. And so yeah, give me the Jets on this one.
I like it. I agree with everything you said. I mean, you only lost on the season to the 49ers. No shame in that.
Nope.
Uh, Winning two straight, took care of business against two teams that you should have taken care of business against. So
Mm-hmm.
um, the Jets are looking like one of those teams that are able to beat the teams that they're supposed to beat. Our only question is, can they, beat the upper echelon teams in the league? So,
Facts.
and Denver ain't that, so I'm gonna have to roll with the Jets as well.
That's a damn fact.
Like, yeah, I look for Aaron Rodgers to handle it. Um, I'm looking for Sauce Gardner to take one to the house.
Mm.
Uh, yeah, I mean, most of it is because I just don't like Sean Payton. I really don't like Sean Payton. Like, yeah, we gonna leave it at that. Give me the Jets and the easy one. Um, going back down south, Philly going down to Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay coming off the terrible loss. That's a bad loss. Just call it what it is. Philly coming off an impressive win. Um, it's a crucial game. This again one of those games that's going to pay dividends towards the end of the season in determining playoff seed and wild card race, all that. I got Tampa pulling it off at home, rebounding from the tough. There's certain that game had to put them on alert. They're on high alert. You can't. There's losses where acceptable, but yeah, I'm guarantee you they're on high alert. You can't lose to the freaking Broncos at home like that.
Mm.
Like, and then yeah, they got Philly coming in. They're wide awake. They know what this game will mean for them in the future. I think Baker rebounds. Um, yeah, I like Tampa a lot.
Hey, this was another game where I was conflicted on which team to go for because I definitely took into account all the points that you definitely just made. Um, but I'm also I'm just a believer in Saquon right now. That man is just playing
Fair.
damn good football. The Giants should have just paid the man, and your season might look a little bit different right now. Now you definitely wouldn't have lost to all field goals, but um, and you definitely could have gotten to the end zone tonight. But that's neither here nor there. Look, you got to keep that ship afloat until you can get. Obviously, we'll find out the status of Devontae, but you definitely got to keep the ship afloat until you can get AJ Brown back. So this is the game that you traded for Jahan Dotson. Start getting him involved. You still got a solid option in Dallas Goedert. I need to see him more involved into the offensive game plan, and I think that can be a good possibility to make that happen. And I just also think that as much as I got concerns about the secondary with Philly, nothing's better than going up against a quarterback that can play Santa Claus. And there's times where
Mm-hmm.
Baker Mayfield still plays Santa Claus, and he will give you some gifts.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much the primary reasons why I went with Philly on this one, and let them get that momentum going. You definitely because as you don't as the Broncos killed the Buccaneers' momentum, you started gaining momentum as Philly as you shut down a high-powered offense in New Orleans. So that's another building block right there. So keep building, and you also want to get some revenge on Tampa Bay. They sent you packing last year in that
Yeah.
playoff. So get a little small little taste of revenge. So yeah, give me Philly in this one as we move forward to Washington and Arizona. I might have been a prisoner of the moment, seeing how Jaden Daniels played that Monday night game, uh, and man, scrappy team. I had to take the crappy off of Arizona because I don't think they're. Oh, I'm just being honest. I don't think they're crappy. I just think they're scrappy, and there might be a slight talent difference against some teams. Um, but I definitely took into account of Marvin Harrison Jr. going against that weak secondary. Um, but man, I just like the way that Washington's with Jaden Daniels, what they were doing with him and Terry McLaurin a little bit more. So go ahead, give me Washington on the road with this one. And it for me, it may not seem like it's a statement game, but um, a good win on Monday night on the big stage. I think you got to double it up. You don't want to, have everybody going crazy on how you performed on Monday and then lay an egg against Arizona. So, come on, Jaden Daniels, make me look smart this week, sir.
I'm taking Arizona, man. This
Yeah.
this is this this might be the game to watch it. They're like this. I think this is gonna be a fun game. I'm expecting a. I don't want to say high scoring. I'm expecting an exciting game. I think there'll
Mm-hmm.
be a lot of highlight plays. I think Kyler Murray's going Kyler Murray. I look for Maserati Marv. Is going to
Mm-hmm.
do some Maserati Marv stuff. And I think Jaden's going to make some exciting plays. I think this is just going to be one of those fun games to watch if your team is losing and you're down, or if your team is blowing somebody out and you just want to see like some exciting football. Turn on the Commanders and the Cardinals. I think it'd be fun to watch. But I think um, I believe in Kyler Murray a little bit more right now than I do in Jaden Daniels, and especially being on the road. And it can get pretty raucous down there in the Red Sea, uh,
Mm.
down there, So uh, give me the Cardinals at home.
Hey, don't blame me.
Uh, Back to back with them. The Patriots going way over to the left coast to take on the Niners. Pretty easy, man. Just like West Coast teams don't do well with that travel, East Coast teams going way up there to the Bay suffer the same fate. Hey, we saw the Jets. What happened to them in Week 1?
Mm.
Jet lag is real, people. um, and especially when you already don't have a good football team as it stands. I know the 49ers are going through it, but I believe they have enough to handle their business at home against another AFC East opponent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Great points. I I won't be surprised if this is a close game, only because some of your offense for the San Francisco 49ers
Yeah.
will get slightly neutralized because you just got some injuries.
Mm.
And you also are still going against a solid defense. If there's anything that the Patriots are going to do, they're going to play defense. But I got to go with San Francisco because Patriots got zero offense, absolutely zero offense. I I don't know how they get past 14 points in this game. Because unfortunately, well, I don't even know if they get in the end zone. Because here's the thing: all the injuries for the most part on the 49ers is on offense. So I don't trust Jacoby Brissett and that lack of offense going up against that 49ers defense. So give me San Francisco. But I
Uh,
will say that there's a good possibility. I got a gut feeling that the Patriots defense will kind of neutralize the fact that San Francisco's banged up on the offensive side to kind of keep it close, but they're not going to get no help. That offense is putrid, man. No, that offense is dookie. That offense
oh
is
yeah.
dookie, dog. So San
Before
Francisco,
you move it on,
yeah.
Brandon Ayuk, start earning your damn money.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm glad you brought it up, dog. Um, because this is reason why I had hesitations when fellow Chiefs Kingdom talking heads were talking about, go get Ayuk, go get Ayuk. I'm like, so you want us to go get a guy, give San Francisco trade compensation, and then turn around and give him money for what he's doing right now? I'll pass. I am just fine with Rashee Rice. Give me Rashee Rice right now, all day, every day.
Yeah.
I am totally fine without having Brandon Ayuk in a Chiefs uniform. And right now, it looks like he's like, hey man, I got my bag. Jawan Jennings is outplaying him on the same team. Put that in your pipe and smoke it, 49ers fans. So,
like,
come on, man.
Yeah.
that is pathetic. That is absolutely pathetic.
And I wouldn't even be mad if it hadn't but you made all the fuss about it. You made the whole offseason about you and your damn money. But on this whole big circus, I want to be traded. I don't want to go here. I want to go. The Steelers, Browns, and Patriots offered you a bag. No, I don't want to. I want San Fran to offer me and come on, man.
You finally got what you want, but you ain't gave them no return on investment right now. None.
Yeah.
None. Zilch. Zero. Nada. So yeah, do better. Speaking of KC, they go down to LA, Arrowhead West, and they're going to be taking on the Chargers. Look, this is not a homer pick. This is all football. I tried to tell people, just give it a minute, and Chargers are going to start getting hurt. So not only did Joey Bosa leave last week, so did Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert still questionable if he's going to play with the high ankle sprain. There's still a question mark if Bosa's going to be ready to play. Oh yeah, you lose your starting safety in Derwin James to a hit on Pat Fairmouth. I don't know how I feel about that hit. I've seen worse hits to get suspended on. So I was kind of like, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, because I've seen way worse people get suspended.
Rodney Harrison, we're talking to you.
So I was kind of skeptical how front office came up with that decision to suspend him. But there's too many things that are not going into the favor of the Chargers in this situation, and they don't have a home field advantage. Let's be honest. The SoFi Stadium is not their home. They may have the paint that says Chargers on the field in LA and all that stuff, but I promise you this. When y'all see this game, you're going to see a lot of red in the stadium. Right? You're going to see a lot of red. That is going to be a home game for the Chiefs. Give me the Chiefs.
I'm with you, man. We talk about being banged up. The Chargers stay banged up. But that's their history. They have a roster full of players who traditionally get hurt.
And like clockwork, here comes Herbert.
Yeah.
Here comes Joe Bosa.
Yeah. The only thing that gives me pause is historically the Chiefs have not really played well in that building. So I give them the Chargers a puncher's chance, but with Herbert being banged up, you never know how that high ankle sprain is going. I saw Trevor Lawrence try to go against the Browns last year with a high ankle. That didn't work out well. Kansas City's defense is actually playing very, very. They're playing better than they played last year to me. To start the season. Yeah.
With no
season. Exactly. So I look for Mr. Jones and them to get after it. Give me the Chiefs on the road.
I'm surprised you did this. I am shocked you did this. I'm just letting you know before you talk about it. I am absolutely shocked. When I saw this, my jaw hit the ground. You didn't see my jaw hit the ground, but metaphorically, my jaw hit the ground, knowing of who the Raiders just lost to, which is why I'm shocked you went this way.
Do you know I'm the realest Browns fan. I keep it a buck, man. Browns coming out the way, and I'm like I have my ticket in the cart. I'm really debating whether I want to buy this ticket or not. Um, because
Oh, you should go. Your squad's in town. They not in Vegas all the time. They go.
I might just go out tomorrow night, see if I can catch a couple of them at the casino or whatnot, or at I'm not gonna say what club they might go to. I see them there, but yeah, based on the way we played this season, we have zero run game. Our offense. We finished last week with our right guard having to move to. I mean, our left guard having to move to left tackle. Our center having to move to left guard. Our backup center having to come in and play center. Our starting. Yeah, Teller's on IR. He's out, so we're up to our rookie right guard. Our starting right tackle got benched because he was literally just getting ran around like it was Madden, and dude had his superstar X Factor activated. He got benched, had to go back into the game because the guy he got benched for got hurt. Like, our offensive line is you want to talk about banged up. Pause. That's literally, it feels like last season all over again. And we can't run the ball. David Njoku's still out. They got him listed as questionable, but I don't really see him playing. You want us to block Max Crosby with who?
Who exactly?
Like, we just don't have it. Like, hell, forget going to the game as a fan. They may have to sign me to a 1-day contract to play in this game because we just need bodies. Like, Amari Cooper looks like Father Time is catching up to him, and which for him is okay because he's never been. He's not a player that relies on physical attributes. He's a technician.
Yeah.
But Judy's not being a deep threat. Jerome Ford has never been it. I've never liked Jerome Ford, and people have supported. But again, I say that like I say that I'm the realest Browns because I told y'all last year. Cleveland Browns fans have been. If you talk to a Cleveland Browns fan about the Browns and how they're doing, one of the first things that they'll mention is we got one of the best offensive lines in the league. And I've been telling people for over a year that is a myth. We've hung our hat on this. We had 2 great seasons with the offensive line. If you look over the last 2.5 seasons, they have been banged up. The same 5. Our offensive line did not play 4 snaps together last season before Conklin went out with injury. Like, I don't know. I don't see it. And sadly, this is a must-win game. 1-2, like I say, the only thing that game becomes is our 2 losses were out of conference. So we are 1-0 in the conference, but we can't fall to 1-3 because if we fall to 1-3, and here it is, like a day, I got to do it to the Browns. I do it to everybody else. Let's look ahead to the next 6. You got the Commanders who are feeling good about themselves, going to Washington, to Philly, coming at home for the Bengals. That doesn't frighten me because we play relatively well against the Bengals. But then we got Baltimore coming to the house. Like that like we lose this game, we could easily be looking at 2-6.
Trouble.
Yes, we could easily be looking at 2-6 if we lose this game. Like, this team needs something to feel about. I'm hoping that they can pull it out. I'm hoping they get it together. I'm hoping that and Myles Garrett is on 2 sore feet and a sore Achilles.
Yeah, and that doesn't bode well.
Yeah. I'm praying Jim Schwartz learned his lesson last week and lets Denzel Ward travel. Because if he doesn't, like MJ Emerson, you thought you had a problem with Malik Neighbors. Bro, you got Devontae Adams coming at you.
He will cook the shit out of you.
Yes. Please let Denzel Ward guard this man all game. Please. Let that man earn his paycheck.
Gotta put your best on the best, man.
Yeah, but he doesn't he likes to play sides on his corners. He doesn't like to travel. Don't wait until the fourth quarter to let that man travel. Denzel, be a man. Go to coach. I got Devontae.
Yeah.
I don't care what the rest of the game plans. I got Devontae.
Yep.
Like,
call your shot.
Yeah, and like literally, the thing that makes me pick it is, yes, Gardner Minshew is the quarterback of the Raiders. No, Gardner Minshew is not elite.
Far from it.
Gardner Minshew cooked us last year with the Colts.
Oh, he did. Oh, he put up like 30 plus on y'all.
Yes.
He almost
ran. He almost ran for 100 yards. So, and again, the Raiders are on high alert because they lost to the goddamn Panthers.
Yeah.
So we not coming in under the wire. Oh, it's the Browns. They down. It's, bro, you just lost to a team that ain't won a game. So we're not about to lose back-to-back games to a team that ain't won a game to a team that has one win. Yes, I gotta go with Vegas, man. Like, everything is in their favor. I'm hoping for the reverse psychology.
Hey,
but I have to go with the Raiders.
I feel you. I went Cleveland because Raiders offense can't run the ball. I still got question marks about Gardner Minshew. I'm just hoping that Cleveland don't make me look silly.
You want to change your mind?
No, I'm gonna stick with them. But it's look. I'm just gonna say this, Deshaun Watson. I need you to find your form. Whatever you got to do, if you got to start getting massages again, then by all means, just be more mindful when you get these massages. Do something. This performance that you keep giving the Browns fans week in and week out it's not. This is something that we just don't recognize of you.
But I can't blame him this year. I can't. The man's been sacked 16 times, leading the league. He's been hit 47 times.
That's fair. And that's a fair point. But he has enough athleticism to evade some tackles. And look, if you can't beat the team that lost to the team that is absolutely dog crap, we gotta start questioning some things. So as desperate as the Raiders are, I think the Browns are just as desperate in this situation. So that's why I'm going with Cleveland, and I'm gonna ride with them. So, but as we move on to the Sunday night game, which is going to be a banger, this is going to be a banger.
Yeah,
Bills traveling to Baltimore, south of Chocolate City, and this is a primetime game for sure. It's going to be a big, and both of these teams, I think, are going to definitely want to put their best foot forward because you don't want to be losing no tiebreakers because these teams will be in the mix of things come playoff season. But I'm rolling with Baltimore. I think they finally kind of start figuring out how to utilize both Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson in the backfield against Dallas. And, hey, put Buffalo to test, see if they can stop the run. Because so far, the teams that the Bills have played, I don't think they've gotten a true test on that defensive side, run defense in particular. So if you get that run game going, that opens up everything else for Lamar Jackson, him getting the ball to Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews, and hopefully get some other receivers into flow. So give me Baltimore on this one. I think Buffalo suffers their first loss right here.
Cool. I'm also rolling with the Ravens. This is one of those. If it was in Buffalo, I'd probably be going with Buffalo. But I think this is one of those games where home field's going to play an advantage. Just like I said, man, Baltimore knows who they are now. They know what they ran the ball 47 times against the Cowboys, and I think that's what people were expecting when they signed Derrick Henry.
Yep.
Like I said, matter of fact, leading into the season as we were doing our shows, I said, man, you get that mesh point is gonna be a problem. You got Lamar Jackson faking to Derrick Henry. Like, what do you do? Kevin Hart, I know what to do. I knocked them both down.
When in doubt, knock them both down.
Yeah. But you got to stop the run. I don't think Buffalo's gonna be able to stop it. Their only hope is to force Lamar Jackson to be that quarterback. I don't see it happening this week, especially because Baltimore is one of those teams that they don't follow traditional rules. They look ahead. Mm-hmm. They look ahead. So if I know how they do, they're looking, saying, "Yo, we take this down. We got the Bengals, Commanders, Buccaneers, Browns, and Broncos next. Mm. We take down Buffalo. Hey, we're right back up there with the Chiefs.
Yep, ride that momentum.
Yeah, competing for home field. So I know that they've looked ahead and they probably circled this one. This is the game that we have to have, and I think they're gonna get it.
Yep.
And again, this is gonna be fun to watch. I'm so glad it's on prime time. It will be fun to watch Josh Allen playing outside himself. Mm-hmm. Definitely, probably to me, front runner for MVP right as it stands right now.
Agreed.
Tennessee going down to South Beach. Sam Darnold, number 2.
Yeah, Sam Darnold will be my number 2.
I can't even deny it right now. Yeah. Yeah, Tennessee going down to South Beach. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just got Miami home. They're just way more talented. And this is a game again. It's another must-win situation, kinda. Like they gotta have it, even without Tua. They have the personnel to get this one done. Tennessee shouldn't be that big of a threat. Miami this time of year is actually a huge home field advantage. You know, their stadium was built to be a home field advantage. For those that don't know, their stadium was intentionally built so that the opponent's sideline gets over 100 degrees.
Over there. Hey.
Right. And this is a Monday night game, too. So that humidity is going to be up there. How is this a Monday night game? I don't. Yeah, what did the Tennessee Titans do to get on Monday night?
I don't know, bro.
But, yeah, give me the Dolphins at home, man.
Yeah. Does Miami have the better personnel? Yes. Here's my thing. Without Tua, that quarterback room is just not good. I mean, Skylar Thompson ain't it. He left with an injury last game. Don't even know what his status is going to be. But even if he can't play, you go to Tim Boyle. Who? Tim Boyle. Who is that?
My name is.
Yeah. Who is that? I'm only going with Tennessee right now because even how bad Will Levis is playing, unfortunately, because Tua's not there, he's the better quarterback right now.
Fair.
And Will Levis is not playing well, and so that's how I feel about that quarterback room right now without Tua. It's just not good. I think Miami needs Chris Greer, their GM. He needs to be making some phone calls about what quarterback he can probably acquire, or or dare I say, I ain't want to call Cam Newton. Call Cam. He's in shape. I bet you he's in You got to do something. You can't.
Carolina got a quarterback they can borrow.
Yeah, make that trade for Bryce.
He's also from Alabama.
Yeah, they got to do something because right now it's just not looking good. The moment that Tua went out with that injury, the offense went dead, and you have talented wide receivers who just aren't getting the ball because the quarterback can't get it to them. And give me Tennessee because I know the quarterback room is struggling, but They don't have the greatest offensive line, and uh, I trust Tennessee's front four a lot more than I trust uh, Miami's front five on offense. So
Mm.
yeah, give me Tennessee on this one for sure. So that's game one of the again another doubleheader on Monday. I'm not sure why they keep doing these double headers as they overlap each other on a Monday, but whatever. NFL, yeah. I don't know what made y'all do this, but whatever. Uh, this one right here might be game of the week. Seattle, Detroit.
Mm.
Um, Definitely another uh, situation where I was like, damn, I can go with either one of these teams. But give me Seattle to get the road victory because I just think you need a quality win over an opponent on the road, and I think this will kind of put a lot of question marks to bed about if Seattle's real or not. Getting a good win over Detroit.
Fair.
I like how their defense is starting to come along on the Seahawks side of the ball. I love the fact that Gino uh, he's not playing like he was last year. He's kind of going back to 2 years ago when he was making a statement. He's being efficient with the football, not being messy with it, and he's getting it to DK Metcalf. He's been getting it to uh, Jackson Smith and Jigba. So and they still been finding a way to run the ball without Kenneth Walker there, who's been missing some time. So um, I'm still. I know Detroit has improved on their secondary, but this is the game that you put it to test because you got a nice trio in that wide receiver room of Jackson, DK, and Tyler Lockett. So put them to test, and I think this might be the game that Gino uses his wide receiver room to the fullest extent. So go ahead and give me Seattle Seahawks on the road victory, closing out Week 4.
I'm going with Detroit, and I'm literally going with Detroit because of the travel.
Mm,
West Coast team coming to East. Like if this game was being played anywhere on the West Coast and it was still Detroit Seattle, I would go with Seattle. But uh, yeah, that old yeah, that traveling East. I think that's it's a schedule loss. That's what we call it. We call it the NBA. That NBA thing. It's a schedule loss.
mm.
You know. I still think it'll be a great competitive game. I think you're right on. It will be the game of weeks. Damn shame that they have to share the spotlight with Miami and Tennessee. Uh,
that's that's a fact.
yeah, what's wrong with you, NFL? Like, get it together. Um,
They tripping, dog.
but yeah, just I mean, the only thing that I can see going wrong with this game is them inviting Jack Harlow to perform at halftime again. Let's not do that. Uh, but yeah, I like Detroit
Oh, that
at
performance
home. It was
putrid, bro.
terrible. It was terrible. So terrible. Uh, yeah, I like Detroit at home, and they're motivated. They're also looking to make a statement. So yeah,
True that.
this game. Is, hate to say it so early, 'cause this could be an NFC Championship game preview.
Mm,
So
mm.
I'm looking to be entertained. Uh, but yeah, I got Detroit coming out on top,
Are
and
you entertained?
hopefully this is one of the many games of this week that helps me regain the lead in our pick battle. Starting from scratch, so
0-0,
um,
baby.
0-0. Um, two studs, one dud.
Yeah.
Or no, I'm messing up. The game you paying attention to everything, even though I pretty much know what this game. The game of the week, I was not does not involving your team. Man, I can't talk today.
Yeah. I, obviously, I'm definitely intrigued with that Buffalo Baltimore Sunday night.
Mm.
Big time matchup. Josh Allen, who's like you said, would definitely be front runner for MVP right now. Um, going against an electrifying quarterback like Lamar Jackson. Two teams that's going to be in the thick of a home field advantage towards the end of this regular season. Um, I just think when you get matchups like these so early in the season, you can't just chalk it up as just an early season game. Like you got to put some emphasis on it because it's going to matter down the stretch when it comes to playoff season. So
Right.
definitely it's going to have a big time feel for this game. So I'm definitely looking forward to that for sure.
Yeah. I'm going to say I'm Commanders, Arizona,
Mm,
and that's another thing that I hate that the Browns are out on the West Coast because it's in that West Coast window, that time frame when there's usually some snoozers on, and this game
yeah.
is actually surrounded by. So hell, the Browns game might turn into a snoozer. So, uh, I think
Yep.
that'll be an exciting game. Lots of plays to be made. A lot of exciting young players on the field at the same time. Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching that. Now we go two studs, one dud.
Yeah. Two studs, one dud. I'm looking for CJ Stroud to bounce back. Um, Take advantage of a real crappy team in Jacksonville because the way that Trevor Lawrence is playing, he's going against a good defense, and I got a good feeling there's going to be some turnovers from Trevor Lawrence, so he's going to get some extra possessions. That also keeps their defense on the field, and you know what happens when you start giving your opposing team extra possessions and your defense is on the field, they start getting tired. So take advantage of that. So I think he's going to have a good bounce back game. Um, Another stud. I'm looking at Travis Kelsey. He actually
Mm,
puts up good numbers against the Chargers.
okay.
I'm definitely looking for him to. He's been hearing the chatter. People have been talking about he's distracted. He got too much going on. His old famous girlfriend. He's been hearing it, and I wouldn't be surprised he goes out and have a 100-yard game. I would not be surprised. He historically plays pretty damn good against the Chargers. And no Derwin James, who would primarily cover him. So I look for some mismatches in that situation for sure. A dud. I think it's quite clear. Jacoby Brissett is going to stink up the joint because he is going up against an elite defense, and they're going to be uh, they're going to be going after him. And that offense, like I said earlier, it's straight dookie. So I'm not expecting nothing from Jacoby Brissett in that Patriots offense going up against that San Francisco defense. So he definitely gets dud of the week from me for sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to cheat. I'm going to cheat. Uh, last week, Anthony Richard went 10 for 20 bucks, buck 76,
Mm.
two interceptions,
Ugh.
with 8 carries, 24 yards, and they won that game. And the Bears defense is like average to slightly above average.
Hmm.
He's about to face T.J. Watt,
Ooh.
Patrick Queen, Lonzo
Mm.
Highsmith, Cam Cam Hayward, and Mike Tomlin over there, dialing up the whole thing. So my stud, I'm going with the Pittsburgh Steelers defense
Mm.
against the young boy.
Solid choice.
Uh, Another stud. Yeah, give me who am I gonna look to have a do? Yeah, I'll go that way. Give me Maserati Marv
Mm.
against the Commanders. Like I said, I look for that game to be really entertaining, and I look for him to have a decent game. Give me about 6 catches for 90 plus and a touchdown.
Ooh.
Um, you want a dud? And if there is a God and he cares anything about me at all, please let me be wrong. My dud for the week is the Cleveland Browns offense
Ooh.
going against Max Crosby. Like You,
Oh my.
you heard what I said about the offensive line. It's non-existent right now.
Ooh.
And Max Crosby, forget elite passer. He's one of the best defenders in the league.
Facts.
The New York Giants put insurmountable pressure on Deshaun Watson last week.
Mm.
None of those guys are as good as Max Crosby.
I concur. No cap.
Brian Burns is the best of them. I'm sorry. Max Crosby is a little bit better than you, bro.
No cap to take.
Like I said, if there's a guy that he cares, has ever cared anything about me, please let me. I would love to be wrong. But my judge is the Cleveland Browns offense. With that being said,
That's wild.
what you got for the folks before we get out of here, man?
Hey man, hey, you know what it is, man. Go enjoy some football this weekend. Obviously, we're talking NFL, but there's some definitely keep your eyes peeled for Bama and Georgia getting busy this weekend.
Yeah,
Early
this weekend, okay.
Yes, that's this weekend. So definitely keep your eyes peeled on that. I got a bone to pick with the WNBA. I don't know why y'all keep having playoff games on Sundays. What the heck are y'all doing? Like, y'all talking about growing the product. Well, you ain't gonna grow it putting games on Sunday. Right. So, but no, man. Hey, enjoy your sports. My man Bobby tried to hurt my feelings, sending me the pick of the AL Central winning Guardians this week. So, no. Yeah. You tried to Josh Allen me, dog. You tried to Josh Allen. Yeah. No. But no, man. Hey, y'all know what it is, man. Make sure y'all tune in with us tomorrow night for another special episode of the Audible Podcast. And hey, take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Y'all know what it is.
Absolutely. Don't forget to tune in next week. Who we got next week? Buccaneers Falcons. That should be a good one.
Yeah, we might actually get a good one on that one, man.
Yeah, it should be a good one. So yeah, definitely check us out next week for that action. Hey, shout out, and this is especially because I live in Vegas. Shout out to the entire city of Oakland.
Man.
Shout out to the Oakland A's. Played their very last game in Oakland Stadium. 57 years. And like I said, I say special shout out because I live in Vegas, because we've literally taken everything from you.
Yeah, taking the Raiders.
Right.
Taking the A's.
And it hits me a little bit different because I am from Cleveland. And as a fan, I know what that feels like.
True.
Like, I will never forget when the Browns left Cleveland. Like, and it's not even like, it's still watching, bro.
Yeah. And then especially like, when you see the Ravens get 2 Super Bowls, that makes it even worse.
Not only that, but think about since the Ravens have been a team, you could literally make the argument that in that time, the 3 best franchises in the NFL have been the Patriots, the Steelers, and the Ravens. Like, they've been a consistent winner, competing for the playoffs every year. I think they missed the playoffs like twice in that span. As a matter of fact, I think since in the, like, from the 2000s to now, like 80% of the Super Bowls have either involved the Patriots, the Ravens, or the Steelers.
Not facts.
Like, it's crazy. Like, the AFC Championship is like 90% has either involved the Ravens, Patriots, or the Steelers. Just the AFC Championship game. Obviously, the division winner. There was years where it was like Ravens, Steelers, like just back-to-back years. Like, sprinkle in the Bengals, for their couple of runs. But yeah, just watching. So it's like, yeah, I know exactly how every Oakland A's fan feels at this moment. I just want to shout them out for that. The manager did a tremendous job. He gave a speech after the game. It was beautiful, and for the first time this season, the fans actually showed up. So remember, the fans were boycotting by not going to. They were actually going to the stadium and listening to the game on radio outside the stadium in protest. So it'd be like 5,000 people in the stadium, but there would be 20,000 people in the parking lot.
That is so petty.
Right. So, hey, shout out to the entire city of Oakland. Let's just hope, just like Seattle. I mean, we're hoping Seattle get the basketball returns to Seattle. Let's get sports back in Oakland, man, because it's a great town, great sports town.
Yeah.
So let's get some sports back there, man. Man. Hey, man. But to be fair, y'all got to put some money up, bro, man.
Oh, they being cheap over there.
You got to put some money up.
Got to.
Yeah. I mean, yes, and not to dwell too much into politics. Yes, there are certain things in the city that money can go towards. I'm from Cleveland. Cleveland is one of the most impoverished cities in America. Yes, the schools need money. Yes, things need fixing around the city.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they need to invest in the inner city. All of that is true. But we talked about it. We talk about it a lot. Sports is one of the great unifiers that we have as a people. It brings people together like nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
In order to support that, unfortunately, it takes a couple of dollars. Find a way to contribute whatever the city can. And I mean, honestly, Cleveland's going through it right now. We're in a battle with the owner over a new stadium, whether she remain in the downtown or take it out to the suburbs. We're in that fight again. Now, unfortunately, there's not the threat of the team leaving the city.
Yeah.
But leaving the city limits.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and so I understand that battle. But man, it's give and take on both sides. But you got to be willing to give a little room. So, hey, next time there's an opportunity for sports to return to Oakland, hey, politicians, you gotta work. You gotta be more amicable for a resolution, because these teams are showing you they will leave. Ask St. Louis.
Yep.
Yeah. Hell, ask Cleveland. Ask Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Ask San Antonio. How you think we got the Aces? And there are cities that will gladly welcome your franchise.
Oh, you don't want to put no money up? Come on over here.
And now we're in a day and age where, especially that with SoFi was privately funded.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're to the point where groups will get together and make people want to have ownership in sports teams.
Put the money
up. These billionaires are getting together and they will make it happen without public funding.
No, they definitely will, because what they don't understand is when you got these private funds putting up that type of money is because they already know you're going to get the quick return on investment, because even if you got a losing franchise, you still walk away after 5 months of operation with probably, $300 million plus sometimes. So they already know it's a cash cow. Being an NFL owner is a cash cow. It's a guaranteed profit win.
Mm-hmm. Especially if they can own the land. That's the biggest thing.
Mm-hmm.
They can own the land that the arena or stadium is on, as well as the arena themselves. Oh yeah, they will probably fund that thing and completely cut the city out
with the quickness.
Yeah. So, hey, let's help franchises stay put.
Big facts. So,
outside of that, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in, staying up with us, man. We know it's late. We know you got to get to work. Before we get up out of here, one last time, go ahead and follow the directions on your screen. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, turn your notifications on so you know the next time we are here, which is every Thursday after Thursday Night Football. And, of course, if you want more, you can check us out tomorrow night, Audible Sports Podcast. We're Life Meets Sports and Culture. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. Where I think our main topic for tomorrow is yeah, it should be pretty entertaining. Things that annoy, little things that annoy the shit out of you. So, yeah, you know, us black folk, we got some things that annoy us, so we gonna talk about it, man. But appreciate you for tuning in. I'm Bobby G for Wildcard Mar, man. Hey, we'll check y'all next week. Peace.